Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Intervention. So we're going to go straight to the point. This video will be talking about Divine Masculine Ascension stages. It's very different compared to Divine Feminines. The reason for that is because Divine Masculines' higher selves are in the dark, and I'll explain why that is. Divine Feminines is a different case because Divine Feminines is more of within than without. For Divine Masculines, it's more of trying to find within. Again, we're talking about twin flames who are connected, but they're separate. Again, I'm already making it right now known that the only ones who are meant to know this and the only ones who truly deserve this wisdom and knowledge will understand perfectly everything in this video. If you do not understand, then it means that you have a lot more to do, and there's nothing I can do for you. Aside from that, take it as is. It's just the way it is. You know, everybody has their own ascension, everybody has their own awakenings, and there's only one of me. So the truth here that many of you need to understand is that anything that happens in your life from the very beginning of your birth to now is because it is in Divine's timing. That's one. And a lot of people will debate otherwise, has nothing to do with the divine, that this and that. Again, that's low vibrational ego. So anyone who tells you otherwise, that's false. It is the Creator who made us. So it is the Creator who makes the decision, period. Second, if you are in low vibration, then again, follow my advice if you want to uplift your energy. It will help you. It is your choice and your decision whether you want to do it or not. I'm not going to push you, and I'm not going to babysit you either. 3, if each and every one of you watch this video and you have any negative feelings, again, I am a Divine Feminine, so everything that I'm speaking and you are responding to it negatively, it means as a Divine Feminine, I am the mirror reflecting it to you. So again, look at yourselves, because that's the reason why you're not in union with your twin. Straight up, okay? 4, many of you need to understand that in twin flames, there's a lot of abandonment issues. And many twin flames, whether you're Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, you end up going through psychics, you end up going through healings, you end up going through anyone you could grab just to help you mentally, emotionally, even physically. Getting help in this planet world is endless. There's a lot of, options. There's a lot of, things available for you. And one of those things that's very popular that many twin flames end up going to, especially Divine Masculines, is that they end up going to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. They have a lot of, again, abandonment issues. And a lot of Divine Masculines do not like to be alone. Period. It doesn't matter what kind of Divine Masculine you are. I'm already saying it right now. A lot of you Divine Masculines suffer from abandonment issues. And you don't mind settling. You don't mind, trying to teach yourself to do something or to feel something for the sake of settling. Because again, you don't want to be alone. And when Divine Masculine is in that energy, it is only because of Divine Feminine. Why? Why is that? Because Divine Feminine needs to awaken within. If Divine Feminine does not awaken to her own or his own self-worth and self-value, automatically what's happening here is that the energy between their hearts and their flames are exchanging. So this is what's causing the mirror effect. If Divine Feminine is in low vibration, automatically Divine Masculine will mirror that. So I'm already letting you know, as a divine masculine in lower vibration, you already have abandonment issues. The problem is not you. The problem is that there's a difference. See, and I will get to it. Again, if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's because you have a lot of work to do. And this is only for those who our angels, our Creator, intended for you to understand, and that's why I'm making the video now. This is exactly why I don't want any issues with anybody, because this is something I need to get on top of. Now, why is it? Let's ask the question. Why is it divine masculines end up having to go through these cycles of, mental conflict, of ego, of pride, sometimes borderline personality disorder, and that could mirror to divine feminine. What is borderline personality disorder? Those of you who are psychologists, or those of you who I've spoken to and have a degree in psychology, you know very well what I'm talking about. And those of you who are in the medical field, you have somewhat of an idea. Those of you who completely far off, not in the medical field at all, but you have somewhat of an idea based on your personal experience, because again, you've gone through psychics, you've gone through hypnosis, you've gone through all these kind of medical treatments, and most of you have been taking antidepressants. Most of you have been taking all these things and been diagnosed with either bipolar disorder or been diagnosed with hallucinations, because again, divine masculines have always been in the dark. If you don't believe me, look at yourselves. Look at yourselves and ask yourself why. Because this is something that many of you divine masculines need to awaken within. And I'm doing this for your higher selves. I'm not doing it for you. And that's why I'm going straight to the point. Many of you higher selves are having these issues with, again, the abandonment, because again, you've been in the dark for so long. You want to awaken your lower selves, but the problem is, how are you going to do it without causing too much damage? You cannot raise a child whose third eye has never been opened, and this is going to be an example. A child whose third eye has never been opened, and then after 30 years, you're just going to open their third eye. What's going to happen? It's as simple as that, okay? You're not going to find this wisdom anywhere else, because I'm the only one who can unlock all these things for everybody to hear. Yes, you are very blessed to be in my channel. And again, this is called divine intervention for a reason. I'm speaking as a high priestess because I don't want to waste time, and I'm really fed up and sick of people trying to play games with me. So at this point, there are 2 stages. Again, I'm not going to say all of it in YouTube. You have to email me. 1. Why divine masculine differs from ascension when it comes to divine feminine. And most of you are probably wondering, what am I looking at? I have my own notes. These are notes that my guides and my angels, especially also my higher self, has awakened to. And that's why I write notes too for myself, so that I make sure that I'm not missing pointers here. The question, why divine masculine differs in ascension when it comes to divine feminine. 1. Divine masculine knows himself, herself very well. Divine feminine does not. Divine feminine has issues with loving herself, himself, prioritizing himself, herself, and knowing truly her spiritual gifts. What is she? Why is she here? What's her worth? Etc. So basically, that's why it's different. So that's one reason why divine masculine, divine feminine is different. Because, as I've said earlier, divine feminine is about within. It's unlocking within. And divine masculine already knows what's within. It's just learning to be out of it. It's learning the outside of it, not so much of within. And when two of those are together, you have divine feminine, who's very much in high vibration of within, being within, and you have divine masculine, who is much awakened of without. Combined, they are one. Okay? And this is why divine masculine is also very powerful, because divine masculine has orchestrated, their higher selves have orchestrated that union is not going to happen unless divine feminine is fully awake. Because again, their lower selves, when they come in, it needs to be ready. And of course, divine masculine is going to need a divine feminine who's strong enough to support. Because again, it's no different. For example, you have a child who all of a sudden her third eye is open. She's going to panic. If you have a family member of that child, whether it's a mother, a father, an uncle, an aunt, a grandparent, who doesn't believe in spirituality, who doesn't believe in opening third eyes, who doesn't believe in the things that people see when their third eyes open, then you have a family who does not have support. So that child, who obviously had the third eye open, now does not have emotional, mental, physical support. This is exactly why divine feminines need to awaken to higher vibration. Why? Because when you are in higher vibration, as you see me, again, I use myself as an example. I'm not afraid to use myself and as an example. Regardless, many of you envy me, I don't care. Because the point here is educational purposes. You have a divine feminine who's fully in her own spiritual being, who's truly in her own light. And that is a divine feminine who's in high vibration, who knows how to balance the practical, the logical, and the spiritual side of the world while living and existing in this human form. That is a true divine feminine who's in high vibration. So once a divine feminine is in high vibration, it will not be hard for divine masculines to coexist with divine feminine in this reality that we all live in. Correct? Now, why is it? Why is it that divine masculine has such a hard time trying to mirror, trying to coexist with divine feminine in regards to self? Even though, let's just say that divine masculines are in the dark. The problem here is that many of you divine feminines, you have a lot of doubts. A lot of conflict here. And if you don't get that right, what makes you think your divine masculine higher self will come and awaken his or her lower self to coexist with you? You can't even handle yourself. So what makes you think you can handle a divine masculine who's very powerful? Again, compassion is key. Patience, endurance, perseverance. And these are qualities that divine feminine needs to have. And again, it all starts with self. Many of you will debate, well, divine feminine doesn't necessarily have to awaken the spiritual side of them. Really? I'm just gonna laugh at you. Because it's part of it. Union with your twin is very spiritual. It's part of it. So if you're not comfortable in anything in regards to spirituality, trust me, union's not gonna happen. You have to be comfortable in the dark. You have to be ready. You have to be willing. Why? Because it's no different from a child who, again, For example, let's switch it around, right? Let's switch it around. Let's say we have a child whose third eye has always been open, and you are the mother of that child, and you know that your child is special. How will you handle it, Divine Feminine? How will you handle that child? It's the same. It's the same mentality when you're dealing with your Divine Masculine. So if you cannot handle your Divine Masculine lower self, what makes you think you can handle his higher self? It's a lot to carry. It's like waking a child from the dead. Embracing that child, comforting that child, explaining to that child why. And then coexisting. Again, balancing each other while existing in this human form. So that's the difference, because it's, again, it's a huge gap of a difference here. Many people will say, well, divine feminine, divine masculine are twin flames. Is not twin flames the same? Yeah, you're both a flame. But you're opposites in certain parts. And this is exactly why I'm explaining what is it that is opposite. What is that certain thing that's opposite? Why it is so difficult. Once the mirroring effect starts to happen with twin flames, why is it so difficult for union? Again, this is one reason. So write notes if you like. 2, abandonment issues. Let's talk about this. Again, I'm only going to say 2 stages here because I don't like to share everything on here, especially when I have many spiritual beings who think they could just grab information from me just like that. You have to email me. If you're in the right vibrational energy, then I will tell you. If my angels feel that you are ready, then I will tell you. Again, I don't have time for petty envies and I don't have time for games. At this point, I'm done with it. So, divine masculine mirroring to divine feminine. A lot of abandonment issues, and that causes this negative effect with each other. What is that negative effect? For example, let's say divine masculine has feelings for divine feminine because the moment that they first interact, it's this uncontrollable emotional feeling, this uncontrollable first instance of passion ignited within their heart, and it's so undeniable. But then you have divine feminine who is so confused about what do he wants in his life. What does he want? What is he willing to fight for? Is he willing to fight for that love? Is he willing to be true to his heart? So you have a divine masculine who's completely head over heels for his divine feminine. And you have divine feminine who is also completely head over heels for his divine masculine. But see the difference here. Divine masculine knows what he wants. Divine masculine knows what she wants. Divine masculine is more than ready to fight for it. More than ready to jump off the bridge. But why is it union doesn't happen when twin flames meet for the first time, even though divine masculine knows? And what is a perfect example of a divine masculine who doesn't know his worth? Okay, I'll give you a scenario. You have 2 people, twin flames, in a party. The woman is a divine masculine. The other is a divine feminine. The divine feminine is a man. Just for the sake of visualization. Okay, I'm gonna repeat. Divine feminine is a man. Divine masculine is a woman. They meet in a party. They exchange eye contact. They're head over heels for each other. They know they love each other. They know they have feelings. They know they have this connection they cannot explain. Divine masculine can't stop looking at her divine feminine. Now we have divine masculine completely eagle eye focused on her divine feminine. But see, divine feminine here, who's the male, doesn't know what he wants. That is an example of a mirror exchange. You have one twin who knows what she wants, and then you have another at the same moment does not know. So what's happening here? The energy is pulling away. It's going like this, instead of it just going straight. The energy is coming in and out every time you're seeing each other, every time you're talking to each other, and that's what's causing the separation. I'll give another example. Let's say you have divine feminine, male or female, and you have divine masculine, male or female. I'll just refer to it as divine masculine, divine feminine. You have a divine feminine who married a karmic. You have a divine masculine who married a karmic. They meet each other as strangers in a coffee shop. They exchange words because they seem to have something in common. They have this connection they cannot explain. Weeks pass, they date, even though they're in a marriage. But then they end up falling for each other, even though they're in a marriage. But then something happens. The divine gives them a test. How strong is your relationship with each other? I will give you a test. So the divine gives them a test and says, okay, it's time to end your karmic relationship. Now all of a sudden, you have a reason to divorce your marriage. You have a reason to end your karmic marriage. And now your eye is set on your twin. This person you just head over heels can explain. And then what happens? Well, your twin, the divine feminine, divine masculine, ends up separating from their marriage. Now they're single. Now they have a chance to be together. Correct? So now what's going to happen? What's the test here? So now they're going to try to get to know each other more. They're going to try to exchange energy. This is where it's toxic. You have divine masculine, for example, who's in this energy of, oh, I'm so head over heels this person, but I'm not sure if this person's head over heels for me. And I don't really know anything about spirituality. Most likely, divine masculines don't even know about spirituality unless divine feminine has went through that stage. So let's just say divine masculine has not been in that stage of awakening in regards to spirituality. Basically, divine masculine does not believe in spirituality at this point. Okay, does not know anything about twin flames, does not even no inkling of it. So this person, this divine masculine, is looking at this divine feminine, at this person, as a person, not as a twin, but as a person, a potential partner who she is head over heels with. They date, exchange energy, but because she's not sure. The question here, why is she not sure? How do you know they're twin flames? Why is it she's not sure? It's not because of her. She knows how she feels. She just doesn't know how to put it into words. That's a divine masculine. But see, a divine feminine's reaction to that is, well, look, we're both divorced. We both ended a karmic relationship, just wasn't meant to be. Yes, we have kids with that person, but we're living our separate lives, and I have interest in you, and it seems that you have interest in me, so maybe we should get together and see how it goes. Why is it most of the time when twin flames are in that energy, what happens is it only lasts for a while, and then the separation? Two reasons. One, divine feminine is mirroring his or her insecurities toward divine masculine. That's one. Two, divine masculine is mirroring his or her ego toward his or her counterpart. That is why the separation. And then after you repeat the karmic cycle over and over again, you have a divine masculine who has built up ego. You have a divine feminine who's totally confused, doesn't know what to do, but also feels insecure. So now you have a divine feminine who's insecure, right? Because again, not in high vibration. And then you have a divine masculine who's full of ego and full of himself. It's either you want me or I could go get somebody else. And I will prove to you that you just missed an opportunity because I deserve to be given an opportunity. But since you turned your back on me, that means you think I'm not going to get someone who's deserving of me, which is bullshit. So I'm going to go find somebody and I'm going to make you watch. I'm going to make you watch till I go find somebody to get you jealous. Ego. This is not to point a finger on divine masculines, no. This is just giving you guys an example of situations. Again, there's too many. So do take what resonates with you. Now, it's just an easier way for me to explain. That's why I use that as an example, because there are a few of you who were in that situation that I have spoken to. But again, it's just to give you guys this clear understanding, this clear vision as to why things happened the way that it did. Where was the mistake? Where did it go wrong? And again, when you meet with your twin, it's an opportunity from the heaven. It's an opportunity. That's why they call it cycle, okay? In a moment's time in a twin flame journey, there's always this clock. Okay, there's a clock. And that's why the synchronicities. Why do synchronicities so much collaborate with twin flames? It's because we are in this cycle. Okay? There's a specific time frame in that cycle. A time frame of when you will meet again, a time frame of when you will awaken, a time frame of when you will ascend, and a time frame of when you will repeat that cycle again to meet again. So everything is about energy. And this is exactly why I've been constantly saying it's about energy. Why are you not in union? It is because of you. 544. Hurtful? Yes. Blunt? Yes. But it's the truth. It is because of you. It's because of your insecurities that you were putting on your twin. And it's also because of your insecurities within yourself as a divine feminine. If a divine feminine has no insecurities, there would be no issue. I repeat, if divine feminine does not have any insecurities, there would be no issue. There would be no running, there would be no chasing. So who's at fault here? It's you. Hate me if you like. I don't care. Because at this point, many of you divine feminines need to hear it. And you're the ones who are not in union with your twin. So I know there's many divine feminines. Why am I in this energy? I'm in this energy of being irritated and annoyed with divine feminines in my channel who have this energy. Not all of you divine feminines, but there are most of you who are hiding in my channel, who has this energy of like, you know it all attitude. Really? You have that know-it-all attitude, but you're not in union. Where is everything that you know? Where? So, divine masculines, I'm making it clear here. When you are dealing with abandonment issues, the one thing that you need to consider in order to heal that is to make up for what your divine feminine does not have. And that's hard because you're already dealing with a lot of things. And again, this is exactly why twin flames is complicated, because it's a combo. You can't go without the other. And one person cannot take all of the responsibility of the other person. Both of them have to be equal. They have to have equal energy, giving and taking. It's not something where, okay, one person missed on this, so I'll just add on to that and make up for it. That's only if you're in high vibration, then you can do that. But you're not in high vibration. Both of you are separated for a reason. So this reason is what I'm explaining. So then all of you can try to put the pieces together in your life, in your twin flame journey. Why you're not in union. Let's talk about borderline personality disorder. Why is it? Why the mental conflict? There's a lot of things that coexist with borderline personality disorder. One of them is you have, well, there are some of you who are taking antidepressants. This is completely different from bipolar. Bipolar is not a personality disorder. Bipolar is based on mood, your mood. You have a person who's constantly changing moods, okay? Sometimes you have a week that you're happy, and then after that, you're going through this maniac depression that you just, hallucinations, all these things. And a lot of divine masculines end up going through this because it's self-inflicting. For example, a divine masculine's very dark, conflicting energy within is more of inflicting pain within. Because divine masculines are fighting that, yes, I know the truth. Yes, I know me. I know who I am. I know who I love. I know that I love them. I know that this is the truth. But why am I inflicting pain on myself when things don't go right? Why do I inflict pain within myself when my twin is leaving me? When my twin hurts me? When my twin does this to me? When my twin threatens to leave me, etc., why is it that I, as a divine masculine, inflict pain on myself? It's because you know yourself. I repeat, it's because you know yourself very well. So you have a hard time experiencing and at the same time accepting that you're not getting the result that you know is true to your heart, that you know is the truth. And this is very hard for divine masculines to coexist in this human world of low vibrational beings, because you have a lot of people who's adding on their frustrations on you. You have other people who's adding on their mental conflict and their misfortunes. So now you're completely confused and you're just like, well, but see, it doesn't change what's here in your heart. And this is all I'm going to say, because they're telling me right now I don't want to say too much. So I will repeat, okay? The two stages of divine masculine ascension and spiritual awakening is one, they know themselves. So it's not about themselves. It's about without. It's being comfortable of the truth without, okay? Because they know themselves. If you don't understand that, it's because you're not a divine masculine. Or it's because you're in low vibration and you're not meant to awaken to it. Really, it's those two reasons. But if you're a divine masculine who is in spiritual union with your twin, you very much understand what I'm saying. Divine feminines who basically, that differs with divine masculines because divine feminines know themselves. It's about them. That's why I constantly say work on yourself, love yourself, focus on yourself, because it's a progression here. Okay, progression. Divine masculines is learning to accept the truth without that truth. Okay? That is difficult for divine masculines. And 2, the mirroring, abandonment issues. This is the ascension that they have to overcome. If divine masculine comes to a point where it's okay to be alone, it's okay to where they don't fear it, it's not a problem, then they are in that awakening stage of ascension, and it'll continually progress. Again, this is free wisdom and knowledge that I share to all of you because I truly care for each and every one of you, regardless the drama that these so-called lower vibrational divine feminines are giving me and witches in my channel. I've already said what I needed to say in regards to that, and this video, I've already posted it. Many of you have been waiting for it. Many of you divine masculines, divine feminines have been waiting for this, and now you know. So again, if there are divine feminines who want to play smart with me, I'm already saying it right now. I don't say everything on here for a reason. I'm really not in the mood to pick a fight with anyone. So don't push it. Thank you to everybody who's watching this. Those of you that I have not emailed, I apologize. I will email you. I'm going through something right now, as you guys can see. So I'm not in the mood right now. I apologize. I'm not in the mood to talk to anybody right now. But I will email you when it's the right time for me, when I feel more at ease. It's just right now I'm very irritated, if it's not obvious. So anyway, I love you guys again. If you don't understand what I just said, don't beat yourself to it, because this is part of your journey, and this is something that you honestly need to know. I only told you the 2 most important stages of divine masculine ascension. Those are the 2 most important. So if you know how to handle it, if you know how to manipulate, how to correct it, that's why I'm posting this video, so that you can do it. Because you can actually make union happen if you know how to manipulate it. And many of you divine masculines only lack clarity, and I'm giving it to you now. That's why we're talking about it. And it's 555 right now. See? You guys see that? Now tell me, those of you twin flames who think you know it all with me, that know it all attitude with me, can you do that? Every time you make a video, does your spirit guides tell you look at the clock? Can you talk to your angels? I just don't like hypocrites in general. And I know that even my angels have told me today to have patience with many of you low vibrational divine feminines who have this energy that I'm getting. It's really irritating the hell out of me. And they're telling me to just be patient about it, because you're just in your own, and I get it. I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, if you're not satisfied, then leave. Get out, right? Nobody's pointing a gun in your head to stay in my channel. And I'm not begging anybody to stay. I know my worth very well, and I know the worth of this channel. It is priceless to everything that I'm giving each and every one of you. That's why I said, don't waste my time, and I will not waste your time. It's that simple. And it's free. So if you're not satisfied with that, then get out. I'm gonna end it here. God bless you guys. Take care. Stay safe. And I'm gonna need a few days to cool down. So I don't know when the next video is gonna come. But in regards to Twin Flame Ascension, I'm done. This is it. Again, email me. Those of you who are new, clarity is free. My email is in the description down below. Those of you who are new and you don't know anything about Divine Feminine Ascension, the link to that video is in the description down below. I love you guys. Take care.